Kathy Kiley caused a huge stir when she quit her job as Washington news director for Bloomberg Politics. The reason? Michael Bloomberg is quite openly exploring an independent run for president, and she and her team were blocked from reporting on it. I sat down with a veteran journalist back in D.C. Kathy Kiley, welcome.
Thank you.
Why did you feel compelled to leave what was a very good job at Bloomberg?
Because I didn't feel like I could do my job as a political editor, and so I just thought it was time to, as Chuck Noll of the Pittsburgh Steelers used to say, find my life's work.
Well, here you had a situation where the New York Times and MSNBC and other outlets were reporting on Michael Bloomberg actively considering an independent presidential run. This was clearly leaked by his aides. It wasn't some scuttlebutt. And you wanted to cover it, correct?
That's correct.
And what happened?
Well, there's always been a policy at Bloomberg, which I discovered once I got there, to not write about ourselves, as they like to say. And so every time the mayor's name would come up, that would be a bit of an issue. And
a giant red flag.
Exactly. And I mean, in some sense, that's understandable. At a big company, you'd do the same thing at any company. You'd want to check it out with bosses. But when it became clear that we wouldn't be able to pursue this to the extent that I thought we needed to or should with a story of this magnitude, I got very uncomfortable.
Now, the company says, well, we covered the speculation about Mayor Bloomberg by aggregating stories from other outlets, but you felt that wasn't enough?
I did not feel that was enough. I think that when you're running a political operation, as we were, that you should follow every story aggressively, and I felt that we weren't able to follow this story aggressively, and that, I thought, compromised us as an organization. I certainly felt it compromised me as an editor.
You write, good journalism is easy. You just need to be willing to bite the hand that feeds you. But that, of course, can be risky.
Yes, it can. Actions have consequences, and I'm paying a price.
Did you wrestle with whether or not you should take this step? Because obviously you joined last year. I'm sure you enjoyed it there. It's a name-brand organization, and here you were walking out the door.
I did wrestle with it. I have great colleagues who I still think are doing great work. I cared a lot about the reporters, I still do, who worked for me, and I had great editorial colleagues.
But media companies sometimes have to cover themselves, as Fox did when Donald Trump blew off the Fox News debate. Why does Bloomberg News try to insulate the former mayor?
I do not know the answer to that question. I was puzzled about it myself. Michael Bloomberg certainly knows what it's like to be covered. He's been covered in the toughest media market in the world. His organization, both his company and his philanthropy, make transparency a prime value. So to me, it's puzzling. I never got a straight answer, and I think a mark of maturity for the company will be being able to do that, and I hope they get there.
Kathy Kiley, thanks very much for joining us.
You're welcome.